Hello and good evening viewers. Welcome to Science TV Prime News. You are with me, CATHRINE NGOVI, with my sign language interpreter doing the voicing, Tobias Omondi. On to our first item. President William Ruto has called out the opposition for criticizing the affordable housing project and his other development plans set to create employment in the country. Speaking in Meru County, where he commissioned the construction of the Timau project, President William Ruto insisted that the affordable housing project will provide employment opportunities to the youth. He questioned the opposition's attempts to stop his projects through planned protests and court cases, maintaining that he will remain committed to deliver on his promises. President William Ruto launched similar projects in Nakuru, the opposition's and Trans Nzoia counties.
Leo kwanza nitoe shukrani zangu kwa watu wa Buri na watu wa Timau kwa sababu ya kura zenu. Mimi nasema asante sana jameni. Na tulikubaliana tukimalizana na mambo ya kura, kazi ndio itaendelea. Si ndio? Na ndio nimekujia hiyo kazi hapa leo. Hapa nimekuja kuanzisha mpango wa ujenzi wa manyumba, ile program yetu ya housing. Nimekuja kuanzia hapa hiyo program, na mimi nataka niwaambie watu wa Meru, phase 1 ya program yetu ya housing, tunajenga nyumba 10,000 hapa Meru County. Tumekuja kuanzisha the first 320 houses hapa Timau. Tunaelewana? Na nitaanzisha zingine kesho na zingine kesho kutwa. Mpango yetu ni kuhakikisha kwamba hizo nyumba 10,000 tunahitaji vijana 20,000 ambao watafanya kazi katika hiyo mpango. Vijana wa Timau mko tayari? Vijana wa Timau mko tayari? Ama nyinyi ni wale wa kuchagua jembe? Si tulikubaliana kazi ni kazi. Kwa hii program ya housing tunaanzia kazi ya vijana kule kwa factory ya simiti, kutakuwa na vijana wanafanya kazi huko. Kule kwa factory ya chuma kutakuwa na kazi ya vijana wa kufanya kazi huko. Wale watu ambao wanafanya architects, tuko na kazi ya engineers, tuko na kazi ya quantity affairs, tuko na kazi ya masons, tuko na kazi ya metal fixers, tuko na kazi ya electricians, tuko na kazi ya carpenters, hata kazi ya mkono iko hapo. Sasa mimi nauliza wewe mtu ya Timau, kwa hiyo kazi yote mimi nimesema utashindwa kujipanga na moja? Si ujipange na ile unatoshana na wewe? Ama mnasema aje? Hapa katikati hata iko kazi ya kware, iko kazi ya kulete kokoto, iko kazi ya kulete mawe, iko kazi ya transport, iko kazi nyingine hapo katikati. Na tumepanga hiyo kazi yote kwa sababu mimi niliwaeleza ya kwamba tutakuwa na mpango kamili ya kuzalisha ajira. Ndio vijana wetu wengi wamemaliza shule lakini hawana kazi, wapate nafasi ya ajira, wajisimamie na wachangie katika kupeleka taifa letu la Kenya mbele kupitia kwa nguvu zao, kupitia taaluma wako nazo na kupitia kwa bidii yao. Vijana wa Meru tutasaidiana na hiyo kazi. Tuko pamoja. 120,000 young people in Kenya today who are monetizing their talent. They are working remotely on digital jobs, 130,000 of them. We have already negotiated another 500,000 jobs on export of labor. That is our clear plan. I want you to tell the country what is your plan before you ask me many questions. Ama namna gani? Si hawa watu waseme kazi mpango yao ni gani? This is the only time in the history of Kenya that a government has clarity on how jobs will be created for the young people of our nation. And we are not going to be distracted. We are not going to be derailed. We are not going to be sabotaged. This plan must succeed because our young people must get jobs and Kenya must move forward.
Moving on to other news. The spouse of Deputy President Pastor Dorcas Rigathi has expressed concerns over the increased cases of depression and frustrations among students in schools. Speaking to students of Kisii High School, that's in Kisii, Pastor Dorcas said that the cases are more prevalent among those who have already indulged in drugs and substance abuse in schools. She also said that it is for this reason that she has been visiting schools to talk to the students as a way of encouraging and mentoring them in their day-to-day lives. Pastor Dorcas is set to lead the inmates of Kendege prison in a tree planting exercise on Friday.
Very sad to see that in our schools and our universities, even primary schools, we are witnessing cases of depression, frustration, and it is more prevalence with the people who are taking drugs. They get into the place of suicide, and as you heard the other time, we were in a university where we were told that 55 had committed suicide. And it is very sad if, as a mother or a parent, you take your child to school or to the university and they come in a casket. You must now turn and bring the boy up so that you can have a balanced society.
On to other news. Nakuru Senator Tabitha Karanja has called for the impeachment of Governor Susan Kihika. Now, according to the senator, the recent raid by the county government, which had left tens of patients unattended and one person dead, were enough reasons to impeach the embattled governor. Senator Karanja lashed out at Kihika, accusing her of being inhumane as families whose kin had been admitted in the hospital continued to suffer. Addressing the press in Naivasha, the senator noted that she was doing her oversight duty, adding that the impasse had eroded investors' confidence.
If the state genuinely wanted to have the land in front of the state house for the purposes of president landing, they should have done so through the Ministry of Lands, but not through the government of Nakuru. So the big question is, why would the governor be seeking to have the title deed of that land that is a landing bay for the president of next to the state house of the Nakuru? And this land, if you remember, the first president landed there when the land was still owned by the War Memorial Hospital. The second president, Moi, did the same, Kibaki, the Kenyatta. I'm very sure even Ruto, His Excellency, our beloved president, would not want such a disruption just because that we are looking for a land for his purposes of landing. Based on the above grounds and reasons, these are enough for impeachment, and therefore I ask the MCAs to do their job. The shocking news about the War Memorial ownership is that they have genuine documents issued by the Ministry of Land extending the lease for further 50 years. Surprisingly, the staff at the Ministry of Land Registrar were instructed to disown the documents issued by the registrar. Those who did not cooperate were arrested and detained. Just to make things clear to Her Excellency, our Governor, I'm only playing my role as mandated by the residents of Nakuru County and by the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya, and not undermining anybody as she purports. Since Her Excellency Governor Susan Kihika took office, she has been undermining other elected leaders and calling them names in front of the people who elected them. She has been undermining our efforts and especially my oversight role. I thought she would appreciate the senator's role. Since she was my predecessor, but instead she's rubbishing my role day in, day out. And I take this opportunity as a senator for Nakuru County to congratulate the court for upholding the rule of law and order Nakuru County Police Boss, Mr. Samuel Danyi, for aiding Nakuru Memorial Hospital management regain access to the facility after county officers raided the facility and warned the county government against court contempt. I strongly condemn the attack of the hospital by the county government of Nakuru. This shows that we have a governor who is so inhuman and never follows the rule of law and order and never respects the courts, which is an arm of the government.
On to other news. Some 39 Shakahola massacre suspects were today charged before the Tononoka Children's Courts, that's in Mombasa County. Appearing before Principal Magistrate Honorable Nelly Chepchirchir, the accused were charged with 17 offenses under the Children's Act 2012, Prevention of Torture Act 2017, and Basic Education Act 2013. The charges include 2 counts of subjecting a child to torture with an alternative count on assault causing actual bodily harm, 9 charges of cruelty to a child, and 6 counts of infringing a child's right to education. The accused, led by Pastor Paul Mackenzie, denied subjecting a child to torture contrary to Section 25(3) of the Children's Act 2022 as read with Section 5(1) of the Prevention of Torture Act number 12 of 2017. They also pleaded not guilty to assault causing bodily harm contrary to Section 251 of the Penal Code, Cap 63 Laws of Kenya, and cruelty to a child contrary to Section 152(1)(a) of the Children's Act 2022. The suspects allegedly committed the offences on unknown dates between 2019 to 2023 at Shakahola Forest within Kilifi County.
Within which to file and serve their response to the affidavit in opposition of bond. The prosecution shall also file and serve all authorities they intend to rely on in support of their application. The defense as well to file and serve any authorities they intend to rely on together with their response. The trial documents be supplied to the defense, and for avoidance of doubt, the prosecution to supply all documents they intend to rely on. That is by the next date, which shall be 15th of February 2024. So we shall hear the application to oppose bond or support, as the case may be, on 15th of February 2024 at 10:30. 10:30, Mr. Muller?
10:30 is okay.
And that story brings us to a first commercial break. We'll be back.
Milango haifai kufunga fursa. Inapaswa kwa njia ya watu kuendelea. Wacha tutumie maoni yetu kama funguo za kufungua usawa kwa watu wote. Wacha tukusanye umbali kwa kuunganisha zamani zetu na mustakabali bora. Wacha tufungue milango mikubwa kwa midogo.
kuunganisha maisha ya awali na bora yajayo.
Wacha tufungue upeo mpya na mikataba bora zaidi. Na hii itafanya maendeleo kuwa ya kweli kwa kila mtu, kila mahali, kila wakati. Wacha tufungue milango kwa watu, kwa ubora.
KCB ni yetu.
KCB ni yangu. KCB is mine.
Ni yetu. KCB ni kwa ajili ya.
KCB ni yetu.
KCB ni yetu.
For people, for better.
As a professional or a corporate entity, download the app from the Google Play Store or App Store and proceed to register as a corporate entity from the drop-down menu. Edit your profile and add your phone number onto the profile. You can then load money into your wallet using an M-Pesa push notification or via Visa debit card details. You are now ready for professional interpretation services. Download the app from the Google Play Store or App Store today.
And welcome back. Let's continue with our news briefing. The county government of Mombasa has urged residents to prioritize hygiene measures as the county deals with increased cases of conjunctivitis, commonly known as the red eye. The alert comes after 1,000 cases of the red eye infection were recorded in Mombasa County, prompting the county health department to issue an alert to area residents. Mombasa County Director of Public Health and Disease Prevention, that's Dr. Salma Swale, says that the county has recorded over 150 incidences of the highly contagious and infectious disease in various public and private health facilities in the last 2 weeks. Dr. Swale further urged residents to report any cases of the disease which presents itself with symptoms such as eye pain, swelling, redness, itchiness, and eye discharge to the nearest health facility within the county.
Our message to the people of Mombasa is that please, if you see your child presents with any of the symptoms, mtoto wako wakes up with a red eye, itchiness, there is a discharge, please don't take your child to the madrasa or school. Let them remain within the household because the infection is spreading very fast and the spread is just through contact. Watoto, all the time children keep shaking hands, they play together, and that is how this contagious disease is spreading from one child to the other. We are seeing it also in secondary schools. So our message to the parents is to actually avoid taking them to school. But when they are at home or those who are already in school, because this condition is contagious before even the symptoms present person to the other. Please, let's avoid using personal items with each other, makeup, contact lenses. There are things that we should avoid. We can wear glasses just to protect your eyes from intensive lighting. But the most important is hand hygiene. If we can maintain hand hygiene, then we will and reduce the contact with these people. Those who are already infected should not be in crowded areas. That will really help us reduce the infection.
The incubation period, when the person gets it, the moment you contact the virus, you will be shedding the virus for up to 2 weeks, actively shedding the virus for up to 2 weeks, sometimes even more. The incubation, from the time you get it to the time you start presenting with the symptoms and the signs, it's usually between 2 to 5 days, but we have started seeing cases as early as 24 hours. So a majority part of it is that from hand hygiene, this is, how can I put it? The virus is actively on surfaces. When someone touches a surface, an unporous surface, that means glass, wood, doors, windows, the virus remains active for almost a month. So and in porous surface like bed sheets, linens, pillows, towels, so that can be active as for even 2 weeks. So hygiene. That is the message we want to tell the public. It's hygiene, hand hygiene. Avoid sharing cosmetics, avoid sharing towels, avoid using people's drugs. That is the message we are passing on. Yes, the patients, how they present is we are seeing swelling, eyelid swelling that starts with one eye, then maybe progresses to the other eye. We are seeing a lot of complaints of redness. They have itchiness, they get a lot of tearing, a lot of excessive discharge in the eye, that is stickiness that's to the eyelashes. Some people also get fevers, headaches, a nasal congestion, that is like flu-like symptoms.
Moving on to other news. The Teachers Service Commission, TSC, has responded to the recent crisis at St. Gabriel Isongo High School by transferring 17 new teachers to the institution. This comes in the wake of the removal of the previous teaching staff last week, prompted by a disturbance caused by the parents who reportedly confronted and ousted the school's principal. According to Joseph Mukele, the director of TSC in Western Region, the deployment of 10 male and 7 female teachers was necessary following the expulsion of their predecessors. The crisis resulted from an ugly incident where the school's principal, David Wafula, and the head of the Department of Studies were forcibly removed by angry parents.
We will continue visiting the school so that we provide support, because as new teachers in that institutions, they may require to be guided, to be orientated, so that they are able to get their footing, because we need normalcy to return in that institution.
The school actually is back to its normal operation. We have received our teachers, and the school board of management has been in charge of the schools since the time the principal left. Though difficult as it has been, we have been able to put the school back to its normal operation.
The school needs to have a strong fence in the school, because currently the school is not fenced. Then we have also recommended that there should be minimum activities by the teachers in our schools, so that learning cannot actually be interfered with. We have also agreed that the board of management will be able to meet with the new teachers who have been posted to the school, so that they can be actually welcome to the school and actually orientated. We will work together with the member of parliament to sensitize the parents through parents meeting, so that they should be able to actually play their role of actually paying the school fees.
Moving on to other news, the farmers in Narok County have raised concerns over a recent rise of donkey theft that is giving them a sleepless night. The farmers say tens of donkeys have disappeared from the area in the recent past without a trace, wondering where their precious animals could be going. The farmers, led by the Association of Donkey Owners of Kenya, that's ADOC, Narok branch chairperson Miss Margaret Mbatian, farmers from different areas of the county have been raising concerns over the disappearance of the animals, saying that over 50 donkeys have been reported missing in a span of 2 months in the county.
Hapa ni mzuri sana. Walikuwa sisi yako na shida ya mafunda, walianza kuibiwa. Mimi walikuwa na funda 5 na hakuna saa hii. Wenzi ya funda ameanza. Inaambia serikali kama hako usaidizi, usaidia mimi na usaidia hii area yote. Kwa maana wenzi ya funda mekuwa hatari sana, na hiyo funda ulikuwa sisi naangalia kushota maji kwa mama, kushotea ng'ombe, wakati ya kiangazi naenda mbali sana. Hako kilomita karibu 15 kuenda kwa maji. Naenda kushota hapo. Kwa hivyo kama hako usaidizi, usaidie sisi kwa hiyo mafunda, ulinzi ya hiyo mafunda. Hii naomba serikali kama hako nguvu tusaidie sisi, sababu hako shida hiyo mafunda kuibiwa. Na ulikuwa na funda 5 lakini haona saa hii. Kama hako usaidizi, usaidie sisi hapa yote limke.
Lakini kwa hivi wamama, maana hatujaisikia kwa butchery inauzwa, lakini sasa ile kitu mimi tunajiuliza, punda wanapelekwa wapi? 2017 ilikuwa imeibiwa sana, lakini hiyo miaka kuanzia 2021 tukaanza kupata nafuu kwa sababu ya kichinjo ilifungwa. Kuanzia 2021 tumerudi kulala, lakini hivi karibuni hatujarudi kulala. Punda wameanza kuchukuliwa, wameanza kuibiwa, walianza kujifanya wanakuja kama watu ya kununua, saa kwenda kusaidia watu manyumbani. Punda zetu kwenda nazo soko, tunapeleka naye mboga, viazi, mahindi. Na saa hii sijui sasa tutafanya nini, kwa sababu ukiangalia hakuna punda. Maboma karibu 10 hapa area hii wameibiwa punda. Sasa sijui serikali wanataka twende wapi. Na hiyo sisi punda ndio sisi tunaangalia, na ndio maana sisi hatusumbui serikali kusema tunataka unga, na ndio maana sisi hatusumbui serikali ateremsha mafuta. Sisi tunalilia punda zetu kama wamama.
Sisi ni wakulima wa punda. Punda imetusaidia sana. Punda zetu tunazitua. Punda wameanza tena uisi. Na kitambo tulienda maandamano, tukalalamika kwa serikali, wakatufungia hizo mavizingio ya punda. Saa hizi wameanza. Saa hii hapa kwetu leo usiku watu hawajalala. Punda karibu 50 zimeenda. Wamama wanalia. Tuko hapa kulalamika. Serikali, amkeni mtusaidie jameni. Sisi tutaumia tukiwa mama wa Maasai. Hatuna vitu ya kwenda nayo sokoni. Watoto wetu wataanza kuumia. Serikali mko wapi? Tutakuja mpaka huko mtufungie mapunda. Mtufungie mali hatujui wanapeleka.
And that story brings us to a second commercial break. We'll be right back.
Milango haifai kufunga fursa. inapaswa kuwa njia ya watu kuendelea. Wacha tutumie maoni yetu kama funguo za kufungua usawa kwa watu wote. Wacha tukusanye umbali kwa kuunganisha zamani zetu na mustakabali bora. Wacha tufungue milango mikubwa kwa midogo,
kuunganisha maisha ya awali na bora yajayo.
Wacha tufungue upeo mpya na mikataba bora zaidi. Na hii itafanya maendeleo kuwa ya kweli kwa kila mtu, kila mahali, kila wakati. Wacha tufungue milango kwa watu, kwa ubora.
KCB ni yetu. KCB ni yangu. KCB is mine.
Ni yetu. KCB ni kwa ajili ya.
KCB ni yetu.
KCB ni yetu.
For people, for better.
Assistor is now available on the Safaricom M-Pesa app. To use Assistor, simply log in to my M-Pesa app, go to Services, select Assistor, follow the prompts, and your account is ready to use. To get an interpreter's services, simply click on the interpreter's icon and select an available interpreters from the list provided. Assistor, sign language interpretation at your fingertips.
Welcome back from that break. Let's continue with the news. Bishop Mary Wanderi of People's Church in Kerugoya has called for boy programs to empower the boy child. The former teacher who founded the church is now the face behind the People's Church program done every Wednesday in church, where all men in streets and casual jobs within Kerugoya town gather in the church at lunch hour to hear sermon and get free lunch. Bishop Mary attributed the motivation for the program on challenges that men face, especially those who cannot speak up.
Here today because we normally have a wonderful program with men of this town. And the men in this town could be, we can say, many of them are hustlers, if I can use that term. And God put a burden in my heart for the men. The first thing, I am a mother of boys, though God has given me girls through them. And I love men, because I know from the beginning God created man and he gave him a great responsibility. So man is supposed to be the head of the family, and if it does not go well with a man, it goes along with the family and it goes along with the community. So I felt the need to empower them. We encourage them. We charge them to take their position as men, and also not to give up in life. We know there are many challenges, but and sometimes men are forgotten. The boy child, and so I made myself a person who talks for the boy child, because I was given voice by God. I would want more programs. In fact, I would like if we can be able to meet in every town, in every area, men meeting together. You know, one of the problems with men is because men don't talk. And sometimes men suffer because they don't share their problems. And so I tell them when women go to groups, they're able to dance, they're able to sing, but men don't go to those groups where there is money and help one another. So sometimes men can just suffer and get sick. But when we meet together, that's why we said when we come here, one of the things we'll do, we'll praise God, we'll dance, so that at least one feels good, you know? And they're able to relax, because men normally keep things to their hearts.